I think. And the music is not too loud, right?
I can't hear any music.
You know?
No,
Still don't?
a little bit.
Okay. Well, as long as you can hear me, all right, I'm ready. Now, what exactly did you want to discuss?
Well, if you wanted to talk about the Trinity of um, the mind being three-parted, in as if I never heard this before, or going from the beginning to see how deep we can get in this conversation.
Okay. I want to ask you though, do you want me to explain it like you never heard Christianity before or like any religion concerning it? Or do you want me to
I
explain it like, you know?
I would want you to talk about it from another religious point of view. So
Okay.
it's regardless, like the mind is three-parted. We are conscious, we go unconscious, there's a dream realm.
Okay. The conversation is religious because of course the Trinity come from religion.
Hmm.
But you follow what I'm saying, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, it come from religion. So that's the only way to explain it. When I said explain it like you never heard of it from religion, you get my point? I was
Mm-hmm.
speaking going deeper, but we can do both. Okay, when you're dealing with what you came up following anyway.
Well, I was raised Orthodox Christian, but I never followed the religion itself.
Oh, you never followed it.
No.
No, don't feel bad because that's how most people truly are, whether they're Christian, Muslim, whatever. It's like a forced thing, or just you know, you came up, your people's was that, and you get it, you claim it.
Yeah.
No
Yeah.
real. I was like that too with Christianity, I guess you could say. It's just like natural to be
Yeah.
black. Say you're it's just natural. You kind of born. That's how I was in my
Yeah.
house. I was born. Nobody really was like doing any Christianly things. But if you ask my grandma or whoever, they'd say like they Christian. So I repeat it like, yeah, I'm a Christian. But
Yeah, there's a cross on your chest, and you go to church and you celebrate these holidays, but you don't actually know what they mean in reality. Uh, I've never read the book, and my family was not, they were not super Christian, or like, following the religion, but it was more like a following. It's like you do things because everyone else is doing them. But yeah, that's the kind of thing.
yeah, it was the same way for me, and I'm sure everybody else. In regards to everybody that might be in the chat, if y'all want to comment or whatever, y'all can still do what y'all normally do. If y'all have any questions for me, y'all tell them your name. I know your name's
Um,
Anna. You tell them.
my name is Anna. Yeah. That's
And
me.
tell them where you at right now.
I am currently in Russia. I
How
was born and raised here, and then I lived in Canada for half of my life, and now I'm back here.
that's how I know you from Canada. But
Yeah,
I want you to tell the people because you know in America we get whatever side of a story that they want us to have. So
just
like
like
I
other countries.
you get it? So probably in America they probably view it like Russians don't like Americans or something like that. And that's not really the case. That's like a government thing. But I
Yeah.
want you to tell them like how is the perspective out there towards Americans?
It's always been the perspective of, from the negative point of view. Like if you're coming from the mass, that's how Americans are stupid, they're dumb, like whatever. That's
In
kind of
what
a
in what
general thing.
in what way though? It's not really clarified.
It's never clarified. It's just a stigma. It's a stereotype. It's nothing more than that, because nobody. when you go and you see the actual place, all the people are so different, and everyone is also kind of the same. We're all equal. We're all the same. We're dealing with the same thing. So you could never say like just because that person lives on that part of the planet that they're considered different.
Yeah, we forced into stereotypes wherever we go. So it's just natural. But I've met a lot of Russians and because they have a few in Brooklyn and New York, and they always come to the black areas. I mean, Brooklyn is a black neighborhood and it's heavily Russian populated, like by Coney Island and stuff like that. And they Russian and they get along with the black people perfectly fine. I don't think Russians like white people from America. Is it
What do
more
you
of a
think?
white thing? Like white Russians don't like white Americans. And y'all don't really think of like the other races, like Puerto Ricans.
Yeah, there's just too much that's not being brought into perspective. Everything that you hear on the news is obviously fake, and all the projections, people like to project their own agendas onto other people's minds. So you could never really take that as what it is.
Yeah, I was explaining that the other day where I was telling I had a one-on-one, but I made a short little video and I was telling people to avoid like reaching for problems or letting someone sell you theirs. You know how like in every environment,
Mhm.
maybe in a black environment, they say we oppress, we this, we that, this person is against us, that person is against us.
Yeah.
And it kind of makes a cycle. You get my point? Where we start reaching for like a problem to have with this thing or that thing. And all it becomes is like, bringing yourself down. It's not about seeking out problems, but it's about, clearing out your space and clearing out your, mind and your emotional state. If someone's selling you a problem, they pretty much trying to exploit your bitterness, your pain, maybe an aspect of your past, maybe some emotion that you may be going through. It's like if the black people say the white man is against us, so this is a problem for us. But it's really just a play on like maybe you poor and you're frustrated with being poor. And so you get it, you can
Hmm.
be told like this is your problem and the reason for this or that. And really
Yeah.
it can be something concerning self. You get my point?
Yeah. It gets the mind to be in that negative point of view that you start to blame others for your own lack, and you don't give yourself the power to raise yourself up from whatever misfortunes that you're dealing with.
There you go. You get it. I know you would though, but a lot of
For
people
sure.
don't get that. They kind of they get put on the vibration where they think there's a reward almost, like if they can prove that they're the victim in a situation, as opposed to just, getting up and making the best of whatever situation you have. And from there, things will get better and better. Or
Yeah,
you
it
can,
really doesn't serve them.
yeah, you can make a cycle of negativity, or you can make a cycle of, repair and moving forward and
Mhm.
getting things on the up and up. Because no one's hate is truly real because no one knows no one.
Yep.
Get it? Black people don't know white people like that. White people don't know black people like that. And the same with Chinese people and all these different nationalities. We don't know each other like that. We just know whatever's pushed on us. So
Yeah.
who got to evolve out of that? Because at the end of the day, ain't none of us like, the government body where we
Yeah.
benefiting off on the separation. The government systems, they benefit off that, keeping the people separate. It's how they rule. If we separate, then you get it? And we got to start smartening up. Meaning
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I rambled on. Now let's get to what you wanted. Peace
Yeah, no,
and
it's cool. It's cool because it's good to see that we are all the same, and people are dealing, no matter what country, what piece of land you're in, it's kind of the same agenda everywhere. This whole divisiveness against, yourself, really. Because if you work together with your neighbor, then you guys are united. But if you're against, then you're by yourself, and you can't really achieve much when you're by yourself.
And it trickles down into the family because once you're on that vibration where you kind of looking for something opposed or to blame something as your opposition, it carries on to whoever's close.
Hmm.
So it's like if I do you wrong, you might take it out on whoever's around you, being as though you can't take it out on me. And
Mm-hmm.
this is how a lot of us, this is how it goes. The black people, they mad at the white people, but then they take it out on their own because that's all that's around them. And it's the same with white people.
Yeah.
Y'all hurt one another. Mostly, every race kind of kills off its own, mostly, but it may just be put on this one race or that one race. But you get it? The wars here in America, they was white on white.
Yeah, it
Russia,
doesn't matter who we're
you see
fighting
my
as long as
point?
we're fighting someone.
Russia is fighting Ukraine right now, and they're all white for the most
Yeah.
part, skin color wise. So it
Yeah.
become that we get lost into racism, and then we just start afflicting our own because we're not really intermingling with any other race. And so we
Yeah.
everybody have to get out of it. But
It's
some
always the
people do
agenda. Like whatever the government's agenda is serving the problem, that's where people kind of like go with the mass. Because even 10, 15 years ago, it was all brothers and sisters, all these neighboring countries. And now it's this against that, and people are only losing because everything is becoming more expensive. We're killing off the planet, we're hurting each other, we're uh, bringing misfortunes to others people's lives. We don't even know them, but you
Mhm.
know that's kind of where it's headed.
That's where it's at. It's been there for a while now, but unless people start, everybody got to play their part. And we either gonna add to the problems or we gonna, you get it, get them out of
Yeah.
here. Now we can get to the Trinity that you wanted to discuss. I can't see any of the comments. I'm not sure if people are or not. It's not really popping up. What is that? You see that?
No, I don't see anything now, but before I saw this like 100% thing. That's maybe somebody commented, but I don't see
You
no
can see?
comments either.
Okay. Now you wanted to know about the Trinity.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. The Trinity. When you're dealing with religion like Christianity and talks about the Trinity, peace and wisdom, Griffmatic. Okay. Can you see the comment? Only I can. Peace and wisdom, free 99.99. I was just seeing if you could see the comments too, or if it's
Yeah,
just me.
I
Oh,
see
you can
them.
see them.
I see them
Okay.
now.
If y'all have any questions for Miss Anna, y'all can ask her too. She's over in Russia. Maybe you want to know something about over there. Now, in regards to the Trinity, of course, this is a Christian thing, like that side of the religion. And that side of the religion starts with like Judaism, or your ancient Hebrew magic science or whatever people like to call it. And that's the whole Kabbalah thing. So if you want to know it properly all the way, you have to understand the Kabbalah. Christianity kind of personifies everything. So whatever the Trinity is, Christianity turned it into like three persons.
Mm.
But all of this wisdom has to do with aspects of the self because your self is like many different parts come together as one. And all these different aspects of self, which are aspects of life, not just self, but all these different aspects of life, they come together to create basically the grandiose thing. You get my point? Meaning
Mm-hmm.
man is like the pinnacles of something. are the bringing together of many different qualities to create like a perfection. You follow?
Yeah.
When you're dealing with Christianity, they personify all these different aspects of the self. In that, the normal Christian will lose sight of the self and get lost into all the personifications of different aspects of self or life, because self and life is one and the same. If you're not following or you have a question at any moment, let me know. I'ma just
No, I got you.
okay. And so I just wanted to clarify that first. We're speaking of aspects of life or your own being, but when you're dealing with Christianity, they personify it. So it's like mother, I mean, it's like Father, Son, and the Holy Ghost and all of that. But that's just the
Mhm.
personification of something important. Now, what they're personifying, dealing with the Trinity, is the three aspects of your mind. When I say your mind, I'm speaking of like your soul. So the thinking thing that you are inside of yourself, like if you close your eyes, you can still think and kind of feel and perceive. That thing right there, which is you, it have three parts that make it able to do as it does. You get my point?
Mhm.
And the three parts is unconsciousness. Look at that as a space, not so much a person, but a space. You have that, and you have consciousness, which is another space. Look at that space as light and unconsciousness as darkness. And then you have the awareness, which is like you. So there's three parts to yourself, but only one part is truly you. This is the awareness. So you as the individual, you're in your body or in this world. You go into unconsciousness and you become aware of it, or the awareness you are becomes one with it. So you go out with it. Then
Mm.
there's the other side where there's consciousness or light. And you as the awareness, when you come into the consciousness, then the awareness matches it. In that you're able to be aware. So you're like an awareness that can be aware of anything if it's something to be aware of. If it's nothing to be aware of, then there's no awareness. You follow? So when you go into unconsciousness, you only go out because there's nothing for you to be aware of.
Mm.
You follow?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
If
because you're
anybody,
kind of lost in it. Like
you're lost
you don't exist in it
in what? Oh,
in the
conscious.
unconscious realm. Yeah.
You do exist in it, meaning you're just you view self as air, just like something that can't be measured, seen, or anything. But wherever you're put, the awareness matches the place so that you can experience. You follow?
Hmm.
So if you go into unconsciousness and there's nothing there for you to be aware of, then do you get it? It will become like scrambled. If you came into consciousness, which is life, but let's say you were blind, do you get it? It causes like a scramble. So as an awareness, you kind of go wherever you are and you can say that Trinity is explaining that. You have you or the individual person as an awareness. And then you have the unconsciousness or the darkness. And then you have consciousness or the light. And both these things are playing like a ping pong game with the awareness that we are. I suppose one side will win in the end, but well, I don't want to say one side will win in the end. Maybe the awareness wins in the end, which is to overcome these two, ping ponging things or that cycle. So you can reference that to your real life. You have day and night, and then you have the cycles that it creates that you begin to feel like bound to. Let's say you go to work every day, you get it? I'm awake, then I go to sleep, and it's creating this ping pong thing where you ping
Hmm.
pong back and forth to work, you ping pong back and forth to this store, and you get it? As an individual or the awareness, you have to become aware of these things and raise above them. in physical life and in the aspects of the unconscious and the conscious. You follow what I'm saying?
Raise above the physical aspect of life.
Not
What do you
raise
mean?
above. I don't want you to view things physical because there's no, you get my point? There's just physical. Even when you're not physical and you're dreaming, there's still physical.
Yeah.
There's no moment that you know no unphysical. Like that. People, we don't know no unphysical or nothing. It's just something that we say. Like
Right.
outside of that, there's just what it is, which is the physical and experience in that. But when I said rise above it, I mean like become aware.
Hmm.
That's kind of what rising above a thing is. Let's say you're in a bad relationship, it's not good for you. But until you become aware, like it's not about a blame game or me saying it's this person's fault or that person's fault, but just both of us becoming mature and aware that this is a bad cycle and it's not never going to stop. We just don't click. You get my point?
Mm-hmm.
In that, if two people become aware, okay, our relationship just doesn't click. It has nothing to do with us doing this thing or that thing, then whatever problems in the relationship there is will just kind of go away and you guys will, you get it? Evolve past y'all relationship or the pinging, ponging back and forth that's going on in it. You follow what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah. Once you become aware of something, then
Mhm.
that's the rising above.
There you go. Once you become aware of something, but not to the point where it's one sided. You have people that clash, but they can't get out of the blame aspect. In that, they
Mm.
can go separate, but there's no separation in the mind. There's still the holding on to something. But if
Hmm.
both become aware, rise above it. But if one person become aware, then they can rise above it. It's the same with the unconsciousness and the consciousness that we experience. You have to become aware of the cycles of it. Meaning most people don't realize like I come and go from unconscious to consciousness. And there is no day. You get it? There's no Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. There's absolutely nothing going on except me going unconscious and then coming back conscious. And
Right.
whatever I do while I'm conscious really don't matter because I'm gonna go back unconscious. It just makes for like when I come back. It's kind of like we come into the physical awake, we do whatever we do for the day, then we go unconscious, and then whatever we did just make for when we come back. Like what we got to deal with when we come back, or what we made to enjoy when we come back. Kind of like you see how people speak of dying and reincarnating, overlooking that they do that every day.
Yeah.
We come back into the reality that we created the day before.
Yeah. It makes it seem like there's a continuation of a story, but there is only truly is a day and what you do with it.
There you go. And whatever you do with the day, it just adds on to like when you're coming back to it.
Yeah.
Once you become aware of that, then you can rise beyond that. You get my point? So a lot of
But what do
people
you
ask like,
mean?
how do we get out of samsara? Are basically the coming back and forth. I'm trying to explain that, but being as though it's not a physical matter, it's kind of difficult. But it's an awareness thing. The more you can become aware of every aspect of a thing, it can't get you. Like
Yeah,
if
I
you
can
become
see
super
that.
aware, it won't even bother you because it's like I already know that song and dance. Like that, we have to
It
become
makes sense.
fully aware.
Like
So when
not
we all
bothered
can come
by
outside
whatever
and
is
laugh,
going
like,
on.
oh, this shit is funny, man. We going to war. I hate you, you hate me. This is just stupid. Why we not living? Why
Yeah.
we not having a party every day? Why we not using all the plants and the things in life and just enjoying ourselves? The stupid game we
Okay.
got going on where we go to work and we pay for rent and all of this, that don't benefit none of us. It just
Makes
benefits the
sense.
government. But
Yeah.
it's like an emotional thing. If you're not
Mm.
aware, then you get caught into, you get it? The kind of the ping ponging, never ending story type of thing. We kind of live a never ending story.
It's tough because people are in so much emotional, like they're on a lower emotions. They're living day to day is rough because they think about the bills and they think about the struggles and the pain is a big one. I think people are really attached to whatever their emotional pain is from the past, so that it gives them meaning, so to say, and they can't really rise above it to see why am I so attached to it.
No, what you just said is important, where you said the pain becomes like the identity almost. And if you take some people pain from them, it's like you taking a history.
Mm-hmm.
They have nothing but that.
Yeah.
But in perspective, that's good. Meaning if you don't have nothing but your pain and you remove it, clean slate. Like
Yeah.
you're good now. But
Yeah.
you're right. And a lot of people exploit the pain. So if I know you got a, let's say I know you got mother issues. I can exploit that pain and make you hate this woman, that woman, that woman by
Mm-hmm.
exploiting whatever pain I know you have. Or I can help you through your pain. Most people are exploiting people's pain in that way to use them to like go against whatever they want to go against. And nobody's aware of
Yeah.
it. They kind of get caught up in their own pain and the next person's agenda that seems similar to them becomes their fuel again. And it's really just an
Yeah. But
exploitation party. Go ahead.
in that way, it's just it seems like a vicious cycle of people exploiting each other, but nobody's benefiting from it because even the exploiters, they're getting exploited too in some way because they're not balanced, they're not fair in a way, like they're not coming from the positive kind perspective of wanting to help another and like help heal from whatever pain the person might be dealing with.
That's what we all got in common, whatever pieces of pain that we got from whatever experiences we got. And it's not the pain that we're supposed to resonate with one another about. It's the
Yeah.
overcoming it.
Yeah.
Two people who had a drug problem or alcohol problem, they're not supposed to come together and resonate on that. Supposed to resonate on when they both kicked it and overcame it. And then the
Hmm.
relationship be a celebration. Otherwise, the relationship become my pain is greater than yours. Then you
Yeah.
start reaching more to make your story worse. It's like in the
Hmm.
ghetto, everybody want to have the hardship story. So then people start viewing their life harder than it was for conversation purposes. It's
Or trying to show that they're the bigger victim of the party, like the life has been the hardest to them, and whatever misfortunes that happen to them, they're the biggest victims, even though they're creating their own reality this way, and going forward the misfortunes that they have they bring upon themselves.
yeah, you said it exactly right. Matthew O. Diaz said, "Pain is in the mind." That's true. And so back to the Trinity. The Trinity has to do with that the unconscious state of the mind and the conscious state of the mind, and you as the awareness in between those two things. But all three things come together to make one. So let's say, like you as an awareness, you have no existence outside of the consciousness, and you have no existence outside of unconscious, and they don't exist without you either. So it's like a witness thing.
Mm.
The unconscious and the conscious, you can personify them now if it helps to make it clearer for you. But view unconscious and conscious as space or person, in both needing something to be aware of it. So this is where we come in at. The darkness
Yeah.
is before us, meaning unconsciousness is before you, and so is consciousness. So you was born into this conscious world, but people was already here. It was already doing what it do. And you went unconscious after your first day, which is to go to sleep, but people was already going there before you. I mean, like that, unconscious and conscious, it predates us as awareness. But these things kind of need us to exist. We don't need these things to exist, if that makes sense. Meaning
Well,
there's a higher, there's a higher existence for the awareness, not the unconsciousness of the consciousness. But the awareness is stuck in between the two.
yeah, it
Following?
seems like we're like we almost seem like we're the witnesses of it, but we also don't really have a choice. It just happens. Like life just goes, and we go unconscious and conscious. We don't have a choice in that regard. We're gonna always go to sleep, and as long as our body functions, we're always gonna wake up, and we're gonna be in the physical.
But how you experience the two is dependent on the awareness you are. So you go unconscious and you come conscious. But
Mm-hmm.
everybody's going unconscious is not the same, and everybody's coming into the consciousness is not the same. You go unconscious, you may not have no dream or anything. Maybe you have
Mm-hmm.
night. Maybe the next person have something great. And it's the
Mm-hmm.
same when you come into the physical or the consciousness. Everybody's physical reality is not the same. And we're not speaking about the things that people have, but the state of the mind when they come into the
Oh yeah.
conscious. You can have everything in the world and feel like complete shit every day you wake up. And you're going through your day conscious, like I hate it here. Like that. Everybody's coming into the unconscious and the consciousness differently. And it's all dependent on their awareness. Their
Mm.
awareness is basically them. And we get lost into what we see or experience, but there's no awareness of the overall and how we're just witnessing, these happenings. Even if it's against the self, it's still just a witnessing a happening. You see what I'm saying? I was
I
shot.
get it. Yeah.
Huh? What you
I
said?
get it. I
No,
said I get it.
yeah, I was gonna say I was shot before, but I didn't keep no bitterness with it or view it like it was anybody's fault. It's just my doings. Like the things I do, that's the end result if they catch up to you. In that time I'm speaking of, not now.
Mm-hmm.
But it's kind of like that. Damn, I lost my train of thought. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. I interrupted.
No, it's good. It's cool. I was gonna make a point with that though, that it's right on the tip of my thought. But it had to do with overcoming, like, little things in that way. Most people go through hardship or they go through something and it becomes them instead of just something that they're aware of. That's what I was gonna say. I got shot, but it was just something I was aware of, like something I'm aware of that happened to me. But in terms of me feeling like I went through something, it's not that aspect. And that
I
most
think
people will tell you, like, he don't speak on it, or he seemed to not care that it happened, but it's not that. It just feel like something I was aware of.
mm, I think it maybe in some way it comes down to responsibility for where you ended up and how you ended up there, like the
Mhm.
decisions that you made prior to that event, and then you accept that responsibility. Like, yeah, it was your own doing, and in that you hold no resistance to what happened because it was fair. Like,
That's
yeah,
the
I
perfect
brought
way.
myself here, so I can't be mad. So going forward, I just know I can do better.
And that's true because that's how I do most things. And I don't usually rack up any like bitterness towards anything. Even in relationships, if it go bad, I just look at it like, well, it ran its course. Like everything don't last forever. It lasts as long as you make it last.
Hmm.
That and that, I don't know. That's something for everybody to take from, take responsibility for your own self's sake, and things won't bother you that much.
Yeah.
Like said, I mean, Free said he's from the hood, but he's not, he did not become my hood. Yeah, we get lost into many aspects, but it's like
Mm.
in regards to the awareness in the Trinity, we have to overcome the other two sides that make up the three. Like I said, there's the darkness, the light, our unconsciousness and conscious, and then there's us as the awareness, being aware of both sides. We have to overcome both sides by becoming aware of self. But that comes after becoming aware of both sides. You get my point? There's day and
Mhm.
there's night. View it like that. There's day and there's night, and you don't view yourself as a part of that. Like you see how day is its own powerful thing and night is its
Yeah.
own powerful thing, and you
Yeah.
don't view yourself as the horizon, like a
You're
thing of
you're the
equal
whole
power
thing.
to both sides, but you're in the middle, kind of
Mm.
keeping the balance. If I say what keeps your unconsciousness and your consciousness balanced, what does?
The horizon.
You. See how you left yourself out?
The
That
awareness, I guess, right?
there's unconsciousness and there's consciousness. And what's the thing that keep them separated? The thing that's going into both sides, which
Yeah,
is
I
you,
mean, yeah.
like that. But
Hmm.
you didn't think of yourself like, oh, me. I'm what's in between both sides.
No, I thought about the sun.
This is my point. When you become aware, then there's you. You follow?
Yeah.
Beyond just this question, in everything, you'll start to see self as the defining factor.
Mm,
Not just the thing here helpless. You're not just the thing helpless in the day or helpless in the night. You
for
the
sure.
thing that keep these two things separated. And they kind of have to obey your order. But if you let them control, then they control. So you get tired, you go to sleep. But you do have the power to say, no, I'm staying awake.
Yeah.
Like that, we don't give ourselves any power. And that's what becoming aware is all about. To overcome the two sides, you have to become aware of the self and the power that the self hold over the two sides. And that's why I said we're not dependent on the two sides. The two sides are dependent on the awareness, meaning you have the Trinity, which is the unconsciousness and the consciousness, and then there's the awareness, which is the self. The two sides are not more powerful than the self. If you're not aware of consciousness or unconsciousness, then they don't exist to you. You follow?
Mm.
You see
I
my point? If you
I
don't
don't
give
know.
it power, meaning if you could control if you go into unconsciousness, and you can control if you come into consciousness. If you chose not to go into either or, then it wouldn't have no existence to you.
Yeah. Well, wouldn't I just be awake? I'm just I'm
But you
just aware. Like I would just,
no, I'm
let's
saying
say,
you have awake. That's consciousness.
yeah.
And you have unconsciousness. And then you have you. Let's say you could choose not to go into either and say, I'm done with both. Then neither one would exist to you. You see what I'm saying?
Okay. But I would still be aware. Like I'm still conscious.
That's my point. The two sides are dependent on you. You're not dependent on them.
I see what you're saying.
You're an awareness or a consciousness in your own. And that you
Right.
don't need to come into consciousness. Think
No.
like when you go unconscious. You don't have to obey. You could start dreaming.
Yeah.
That's what I mean when I say you don't have to accept unconscious and you don't have to accept consciousness, which is the physical world.
Oh, that's pretty cool. I like
You just
that.
don't think.
Yeah.
It's deeper than the light. This is your reality. A lot of people
Yeah.
ask me, how do I escape? I'm trying to explain that, like how we escape both sides. It's a
For
deep
real.
discussion, but when you get it, then you'll
Because you
see
can,
like, well, why
yeah,
am
you
I
can be
even here?
conscious and then you just like, you close your eyes and you're in the unconscious realm, like you're in, you're in that space because you're not in the physical. So I see that. Yeah,
You
it's
see how
pretty
you have
cool.
that power, period. Even like right now, you could say, I'm just close my eyes and block
Yeah.
everything out.
Yeah,
Oh
I'm not
well.
paying attention to this. Yeah.
We view
There.
it like conscious controls me, consciousness controls me. I have no choice in the matter. And we don't until we become aware. Hold on, I don't have to oblige. These things only have
Mhm.
existence if I let them. In that, if you can become more aware. So you see how you wasn't aware of that before this moment, but now you're like,
Mhm.
When you can become all the way completely aware, you be freed of the two sides. Yeah, I'm sure you're not gonna be able to picture it in your own mind now.
Yeah.
You're not there in awareness wise, but use the one little step that was just made where you say, like, oh yeah, I see, I don't have to oblige to unconsciousness or conscious. I can do
Mhm.
what I want in either side. I can make the unconscious side conscious if I want by just dreaming. I can
Mhm.
make the physical side go dark by just closing my eyes and not dealing. When you become aware of that, it goes into the same force that sucks you into unconsciousness and the same force that pulls you out of it. These are things you have control over, but we just don't take the power to because we're not aware that we have that power or what's even happening. You see what I'm saying?
Is it the power that you talk about that's your soul?
Yeah. You, as the awareness of the soul, is creating the duality. You
Mhm.
follow? I'm trying to
Mhm.
get you to see there's nothing more powerful than the awareness, which is bonded to these two other things, which makes it a trinity. The two other things in this trinity is not needed, but it's needed for growth. I wouldn't be able to explain nothing I just explained to you if you didn't experience both sides.
For real? Yeah.
You
I
wouldn't be able to
wouldn't I wouldn't know.
overcome either side if you don't go through it like
Yeah.
that. It's about us using the two sides for growth, then raising above it, meaning you're a consciousness or an awareness of your own, and you can create any reality that you want. But you have to overcome. You get it? The
Mhm.
ping pong effect. Meaning you can daydream of yourself as being the most wealthiest, richest person on the planet or anything you want. And it can be real to you if you can get the daydream potent enough. You know, like when you let your mind wander,
Yeah,
if
yeah.
you can let it wander like really deep, where
Yeah.
you kind of get lost, you will be living that experience as long as you dream of it. I mean, like that in the physical coincides with that. We have the life that we see or that we accept instead of knowing that we have a power to have any life that we want. But it's overcoming fear. Like people have a fear of being homeless, but there is no homeless. There's just the world and the perspective that people have. If
Mhm.
you're outside, you're homeless. If you're inside, then you're not. But those is all made up perspectives. Is the animal in the jungle homeless? No,
No.
like that. If you ask a person that lived that, like If you're inside, you're not homeless, and if you're outside, you're homeless. If you ask them, you think an animal is homeless? They'll tell you no. Why they don't have that perspective for the person and like that. We get lost in whatever perspectives we have, overlooking the true reality. If you remove homelessness, half of the people on this planet will go chase whatever dream they have. It's the ideal that keeps them stuck. They say, if I go do this and it don't work, then I'm gonna be homeless, all fucked up, and everybody gonna judge me. And everybody that said I wasn't gonna make it, then they win. They don't look at it like I'm just doing me. What
Hmm.
works will works, and what doesn't, and I just keep finding my way. There is no losing.
It all makes for the experiences and seeing your own strength and your own growth in your part of your existence. So that's your life.
There you go.
Like
There's
it
no
tells.
life failure, none of that. There's just the doing and not doing, you know? This is not the place for that Raptor Rick 2817, and I'm not a child. So get all of that loser talk out of here. Salam shalom. I have a light in my eye. And so I'm sorry, where was you at? I hate when they come in here on that dumb.
No, it's all good. Um,
They think I'm
we
young.
well, can't blame.
I'm I'm like 10 years older than her. But most of y'all watching probably think like we like the same age, probably. How old are you? You don't have to say.
No,
You don't want
no,
to say
I'm 31.
31. I'm 12 years older than her. I'm 43. She's 31. But a lot of y'all probably viewed it that way. Like, no, they similar in age. So if you come in here, just respect that I'm a little older and whatever, simple minded things y'all do. Kind of keep me out of it, please.
If we go into the Kabbalah
Mm-hmm.
and the ayin, the nothingness, and then consciousness being like it's being born out of it, in
I'm
my
not
understanding.
laughing at you. I'm laughing at they
Yeah.
said don't never ask a lady. Don't never ask a lady your age. I was laughing at that.
It's all
But I'm
good.
listening to you. Yeah, I hear you.
Yeah. So, I am curious about I don't know. Like, I don't really know what my question is exactly, but in my understanding, the consciousness is being brought from the space, like the unconscious realm. Is
Mhm,
how, for example, like if we look at the egg cell and that being the space and consciousness penetrated it and then the body started.
mhm. That's a good analogy. The body is
Yeah.
like unconsciousness, that space manifested, and then you can say the sperm cell that penetrates that egg cell is like the consciousness manifested, but you're like the awareness in between the two.
Hmm.
You see my point? Consciousness isn't conscious, it's just a place that awareness can be conscious of. Kind of look at it like a video game ain't a real place, it's just a place that somebody that is living can come and play in.
Mm-hmm.
That's how consciousness is. We come into consciousness, but consciousness have no life really. Think of the physical world, have no life on its own. We the life that make it. Other
Mm-hmm.
than that, it's just the space.
Right.
Houses don't pop up on its own, grass don't pop up on its own. We have to plant and make the space whatever we want it to be. It's like that. That's how consciousness is. We come into consciousness, which is just the space. And us as the awareness is what makes, you get it? It all real.
Hmm.
Kind of
It
like
doesn't
that.
really need us. It just
Huh?
exists, right? It doesn't.
It
It
just
doesn't need us.
exists. There you go. It doesn't, it needs us for it to have existence, but it doesn't need us because it's not existence. It's just something that we exist in.
Hmm.
It's like unconsciousness. It doesn't need us, but if we're in it, then it have existence through us.
Okay. So can you then compare the two of the things as, let's say, God and the Satan?
You can view the two things as God and Satan, and you being the helpless victim in between, or you can view it as your lower and higher sides of what you are. And you as the awareness will resonate with either side of yourself, meaning your lower side of your Satan or your higher side. But neither side have any true power over you. It's all you're choosing. It's like now in life. You can be
Yeah, no,
perfect
for sure.
good in God if you want. Or you can say, fuck that, I'm gonna hold on to the pains I have and fuck everybody. And whenever I feel mad, I'm going to get mad and I'm gonna do whatever I want when I'm mad. And when I'm
Yeah.
happy, I'll just be nice to people. And they have to accept both of my sides. It doesn't matter. When I'm in me mode, just accept it. And this is how a lot of people live until they become aware of it and say, hold on, that's not how that go. I have to be like, I have to be what I am. And whatever's happening is going to happen.
Yeah, you always have a choice. You're not the victim of whatever. Like, I hear people say, "Oh, once you experienced all the trauma as a child, that's what forms you, and you cannot change yourself." But I don't think that's actually the case, because you always have a power to choose what your reality is and how you look at it. It's your perspective.
That's it. It's all perspective and how you choose to view it. However you choose to view it, this is the pain you will carry with you through your day or not. And that's what's going to make for the reality. Look at it as simple as if you're aggravated inside, that resonates off. People will feel it. And those who are already in the same state as you get it, it's going to always be what it be anyway. And until you realize that, and then you get it, if you're happy inside, everything is happy outside. They have to match.
Yeah.
So think of times when you were happy. Outside was happy too.
Yeah.
There's no time you were happy just sitting, you know?
Mm-hmm.
It was a
The,
whole experience. Now think
yeah.
of the moment you're sad. It's usually just you on your own by yourself going into sadness. You see my point?
Yeah, the whole world becomes sad around you, and all, like, nothing can make you happy because you're sad.
It goes hand in hand. So people just have to become aware of that. But the consciousness, the unconsciousness, as well as the awareness that we are, which is in between, it's just one thing. I don't want you to view it so much as separate. We explain in the three aspects of one thing, that one thing being you.
Mm.
And I say, like, you going into the unconscious and you coming out of it, and these two things are playing ping pong with you. It's just like how Christianity personifies the two aspects. It's just for you to grasp, like, the aspects of yourself.
I get it.
Some people get lost into the personification. Let's say right now, a little bit, maybe you're getting lost into the two separate sides and you're the awareness. Forgetting that is we still just speaking of one thing, you. And it's about you shedding the two sides. When you ready, look at it like crutches or training wheels. You will drop one of the crutches when you're ready, and then when you get more ready, you drop the other one too. Go on your way. That's how the two sides are, like unconscious and conscious. We
Hmm.
use them both. as fuel, you know, to continue on. But at some point, you have to become aware of self, which is the true source of the two sides, meaning we make the two sides. You're
Yeah, so
making
then
you're making the consciousness, the waking up in the morning when you go unconscious because you're not content with nothing. You
mm,
follow? Not
yeah,
you specifically, but I'm just saying us as people. We're
I
not
hear you.
content with anything we have when we have it. That's something that we never become, well, most people never become aware of that. And you want to be in a relationship, then when you're in that relationship, what happens? You're like, damn, I'm probably missing out. I wish I was single. Then when you single, you say, man, I wish I was in a relationship. This is getting boring. And we do that with everything. You get money, you got a lot of money, you don't like how things is, people start getting strange. Now you like, man, it was better when I was broke. This is how people are. In that way, we create both sides because we're both sided until we become like balanced, or until we become like aware of the self, assured of the self, and know who the self is. Until then, we will create a way out from ourselves. So look at unconsciousness and consciousness as like these things you've created to escape your own self.
I see them. There's just awareness of your situation, or whatever it is that you have.
There's
You're
just
aware of it. You
there's
don't have
just
a
you,
negative. Sorry.
there's just you as the awareness yet to create because you're still dependent on the two sides. It's like a kid. We're like children in the soul aspect. We're still waiting for something to save us or create for us, not realizing I have to do whatever I want. Like I have to make this shit good. I want good people around me. I have to stop playing all my games that I play and become good myself so I can attract and get what I need and make every aspect of your space in your life what you want. Until then, we just ping pong. We let our emotions take over. Maybe you vulnerable, so you say, "I'm gonna give this person some of my ear," but normally you wouldn't.
Mm.
Say, maybe I'll give this person a chance because I'm a little vulnerable. And in that, we start losing ourselves and our vulnerability. Our like, what do you call that? Like your if you fall below what you used to,
Your
what's that?
standard.
Your standards. We start losing our standards, which is ourselves. Your
Mm.
standard is who you are.
Mm-hmm.
But if the standard goes or it
Yeah.
starts going lower and lower, this is the self going lower and lower. Next thing you know, you accepting poverties and situations that you would have never accepted before. But you view it like, no, it's just a part of life. It's a part of the standards dropping. And you get it? Once the standards drop, then we start giving power to things outside of us. But it's about becoming all the way assured in self. You get my point?
Yeah, because people do compromise themselves, and I feel like it's just a matter of one little lie that one can tell themselves, and then the whole reality and everything that they start to accept the lower things for themselves because I don't know, that's what maybe they think they deserve in the moment.
It and other people have a play on it, meaning when you start to get better, those that are around you that may not be rising in that same way, they're going to be a part of the pulling down. So you do have aspects that's looking to bring your standard down, but it's still you that accepts like the pulls.
Mhm. Yeah.
You cannot accept it and say, I'm not. I'm gonna you get it, control my reality. And if I remove this thing, it's gonna be mad. But so that just comes with it. I still have to remove it so I can get my life perfectly like I want it. Your life
Hmm.
is just the environments that you keep and the people that you have. But no one never truly takes an inventory to say, okay, I love this person, but they still have to go. There is no way that I'm going to go forward with them because they don't understand.
Mm.
You get my point? We have people
Yeah.
around us that are so dependent. Like how I was just explaining, we don't take accountability for self and do what we need to do, but we kind of fall into a dependency. That's the poverty. So whatever you're dependent on is your poverty. And whoever's dependent on you becomes your poverty. And it interferes with the working together and working
Mm.
for self to grow. Whatever you dependent on, it gives you a moment to say, well, maybe I don't have to do this and it will come through that. You follow?
Yeah.
Like that. If you remove all the dependencies and you know, like, damn, I have nothing to be dependent on, I have to do it, then you get it. It makes all the difference. But we have little dependencies and it becomes like our poverty or our stagnance in doing what we need to do. And then you triple that and double that when you have people around you like that. Because as you're trying to grow beyond that dependency, you have those that's dependent on you. You get my point? It kind of
Yeah.
it
That
becomes
can bring you
a
down.
pull. It becomes a pull. Like if something's abusing you, then you have to find something to abuse back to balance it out, you know?
Yeah. Yeah.
It sounds bad, but it's true. If I get abused, at some point the bitterness and the anger gonna make me take it out on somebody else.
Unless you accept that you allowed yourself to get abused,
No
then you
one,
can't really.
but no one does that because when you're dealing with abuse, it's not always something that you did. I could walk up right now, slap the shit out you. You didn't make me do that. You get it? It's nothing
Mm.
for you to take responsibility to say, well, that was my fault. I got slapped. You
Well,
like, I
I
never
wouldn't.
beat him before. He just slapped the hell out of me. You're not going to
I'll
be able to
probably
take
slap you
accountability
back.
for that. This is my point. Unless if you don't slap me back or slap somebody back, you going to
Yeah.
wear that. You're going to feel
Yeah.
like I didn't know that person. Why would they do that? It's no way you're going to be able to take accountability for something that you know. I didn't do nothing. I don't know that person. I was just standing here. They slapped me.
Hmm.
You're going to have like that. Those kind of situations that happen where it's not your fault or anything, but you get my point? You have to balance that out. I'm making a point because if anybody's abused, it's going to naturally balance out. That's why you have to be aware of what you let happen to you. You get it? Even if you're
Yeah.
abused or whatever, it's still a part of you that signs up for it. Can I take a restroom break?
Yeah. Go for it.
You want me to blank out the screen? Or you want to talk to the audience?
No, I'll go take a break myself.
Okay, I'm sorry guys. Just give me a second. That's it. Oh, you came back as soon as I did. How you knew? You could see me. You could see me
I
outside.
heard something.
Great conversation. The young lady's asking all the right questions. Salam. A lot of y'all need to get better. Because y'all questions be done. Now,
So
where was we at? You can ask something else if you want.
I'm well. Somebody is asking a question. If you want to read that, it sounds interesting.
Where is it?
Someone.
Oh, at the
So
bottom?
yeah.
It says, so unconsciousness and consciousness are a part of the mind, and we have to overcome the ping ponging between both sides. Yeah, it's like shedding, your crutches one side at a time. And you get it? From there, there's just the consciousness or the reality that you are. You get my point? All we living out is our own selves, but we using the two spaces as like a crutch. So if your life is fucked up, then you could say life is fucked up. You don't have to say I'm fucked up, even though we all living out our own self. So like that, the two sides become a crutch for you
Mm.
until you become aware that there's just me as the awareness here. And whatever I become aware of becomes real. So if you have problems and pains in your life, it's because that's what you choose to be aware of. And whatever you become aware of, it have to become real. We go into unconsciousness because we accept nothing like at that moment. You get my point? Same with
Yeah.
consciousness. We come into consciousness and then we see and we're aware because we accept it. So it's kind of like that. You will ping pong in between the two and use them as a crutch or something to push the self off until the self is, strong enough to stand on what it is. From there, the self will fix whatever's wrong with the self to make the reality what it needs to be. This don't have nothing to do with, it does have to do with physical, but beyond that, meaning y'all gonna die and y'all gonna go into whatever afterlife is pushed off on y'all because there's no awareness that I control every aspect of whatever's whatever. We don't just get any old kind of life. We're put into a life that grooms habits onto us. And when we accept these certain habits and ideals of whatever the environment is, it makes to keep the reality like that. If the ideals are not accepted, then the reality has to change. So all the people that may have grew up in the ghettos and left the ghettos, it's because that they won't accept that that's where they from. And those that stayed there, it's because they accepted it at some point. They said, no, this is my place. I belong here. It's all that. Meaning anything you're going through in life, anybody, it's because you accept it. That's why the standard has to be, you know, ever growing because this is you, the standard, not in regards to looking down on people. Everybody's in their own journey, but your standards is still your standards. It's not about you meeting somebody you like and their standards is beneath you, and now you lowering your standards in yourself to match that. You get it? It's always about the raising up. So let's say you find somebody you like them, but they're beneath your standards. So then the first works would be to clean them up and raise their standards so that when y'all move on together, they're not bringing you down. Or you have to lower your standards so that y'all can be. Anything you're doing in life, always look at it like that. If I'm the lesser thing, I need to succumb to the higher thing so that there can be a raising always happening.
Mm-hmm.
Otherwise, you get my point? We get lost into the ups and downs in that way, pulling for lower things sometimes. Our vulnerability, this thing or that thing. A lot of people, they go into their lows or they go into their emotions when they think things are completely over or there's no hope.
Mm.
So let's say you're in a relationship with somebody, they leave you, now you're losing your mind, going crazy. You're doing that because you think there's no hope for me and us. Not looking at it like this is just a moment, and over time and good space and peace can fix anything. Not growing that time, everything should work. We kind of, if we don't get our way, our thing doesn't go how we want, we kind of look at it like it's over, and that's when the crash out happens. If people can avoid looking at things as an over, I'm finished and done, then
Mm-hmm.
you will see a change. It's even with old people. You got people like 60, 70 years old right now, and they feel like they haven't done anything with their life that they wanted to do, but they overlook like you're still alive. So what are you talking about? You, yeah, I wanted to do after that. Okay, so do it. You still
Do
could
it.
do
Yeah.
doing something every day. You just doing nothing, but you can. And so it
That's,
becomes like you could be 70 years old and say, I'm going outside tomorrow and I'm gonna shoot some basketball because I've been dying to. Embarrassment kicks in where they say, I'm too old to do that. Not too old to do nothing. There's probably a little kid at the basketball court who don't have any elders or parents to play with him, and y'all fit perfect for each other in that moment. It's like that. Just viewing self how you need to view self so that you can do what you need to do. Yeah, everything is just a moment and not getting stuck in that moment. If you don't like a moment, change it. We have to get to a place where we know we have all the power. Let's say you got a little beef with somebody right now. You're acting as if you don't have the power to change that. You get my point?
yeah.
We'll become so bitter we forget, like, oh, there's a thing called sweet talking and being nice. And that's how I got what I that's how I got that relationship to begin with. And I ain't gonna get whatever I wanted in this other way. Like that. We get lost in our bitterness and we forget like everything is dependent on kindness, and you get it. That's how
Yeah.
y'all became bonded because it was kind and nice. And if you don't put that first, it's gonna go away. But whoever's going through any beef or any relationship turmoil, they got the power to make it better. I guess the ego kicks in or whatever kicks in. And then you get my point. So it's like that. Evolve into a place where you know you have all control over anything. Even the things that may disturb you, you still have the control and not let them be that way.
Mm-hmm.
But we will either add fire to it or whatever we choose to do.
Or even when you allow them to control you and you allow those negative feelings to overtake you, you still have control. You're still the experiencer of the thing.
There you go. We can control our emotions. People have to look at their emotions as demons because that's where the demons are. And when we go into different emotional states, we take on the consciousness from that state. So right now, maybe you're in just a regular, pure mind space. And you think and you pulling thought how you are. But let's say I could piss you off right now, then your
Mm-hmm.
mind state gonna change.
Mm-hmm.
And you're not gonna be pulling in whatever thought you are now, you're gonna be pulling in something else. Like
Yeah.
fuck, should do
To
this
be
or that.
disturbed. Yeah.
We have to become aware of that. Whatever emotional state you're vibrating in, there's thoughts that exist separate from you that you will draw in once you go into that space mentally. And that have to control the emotions, or at least be aware if I'm mad in this moment, my thoughts are going to change because I'm going to be pulling from the thoughts in this space.
Yeah.
And
It
that
makes sense.
Yeah, if you say I want to clear out my mind been all over the place. You have to change your emotional state. The emotional state have to be whatever you want the state of the mind to be. If you want the mind to be clear, the emotional state have to be clear. If you want the mind to be focused on love, the emotional state have to be love. Then the thoughts will be that, and the ideas will follow that.
Yeah.
We kind of we don't think. We're just in awareness and we pull in thought. This is why when I tell a lot of y'all, think of something you said on your own. You can't. Anything I say somebody said already. It's because you don't think. We receive in thought. But this
Mm.
is separate from the physical. If you remove the physical, there's still you in the emotional states. And every level of emotion has all its demons or entity in there. But view them as thoughts, just little personalities that will ambush thought on you, ideas on you.
Yeah. They
Like,
pop in, and then if you resonate with that emotional state, then it's gonna stick to you. And
mhm.
you didn't even, it just came to you, and you're like, oh, yeah, I'm mad now because of whatever happened to me before, or happy, like, whatever the emotional state is.
Yeah, and it becomes the personality though. The more you do it,
Mm.
it starts to graft onto your person. And that it starts, you start becoming the thing that you're pulling the thought from. Let's say you're angry, but you give a lot of attention to your anger. Then you get
Mm.
thoughts, ideas that you pulling from that space. The space starts to slowly mold you into the personalities that are in it because you have to fit.
Mm-hmm.
You can't be happy and angry like that. Once you're angry, then you get the thoughts, the ideals. You pull from the thoughts and the things in that space until they make you them.
I
Get
can
the-
see that with the older people, as they're so molded into their emotional state that they always project it out no matter what. Like, you can shine the perspective on them, but most likely they're just gonna think what gonna think regardless.
It's because the demon, or I don't want to use that word where people get scared, but the entities in those space become them. So let's say you're just you, but there's like tons of entities. You are just the thinking thing inside your space. You control your body, right?
Mm-hmm.
But let's say there's like millions of other thinking things in your body and they want the space. So they're trying to pull you into their emotional state to access, you get it?
Mm-hmm.
They can control your movements and what's
Yeah.
experienced. This is why a lot of people be going through turmoil and they like, I feel like I can't do nothing about it because it's taken over.
Mm.
There's like another consciousness in there with them now battling for the space. And that a person like that will go into their natural vibration, but then get pulled out of it, where they become like sad, happy, some type of different emotion than what they're just being regular. And it
It's
becomes
almost
like
schizophrenic.
that
Like, they
leads to
just.
that. That leads to that. Meaning it starts small. Everything. There's
Mm.
no schizophrenia. There's just what I just said, going too far. You get my point? And
Yeah.
that's the mental or emotional disease that there is. It's not really a disease, it's just the person letting themselves go too far into the emotion or mental state until it becomes, you get it? A burden. Or they become the thing. And as long as you're not you, you're not gonna be happy. You get my point?
Yeah. Yeah, you have to shed the light on the thing to realize it's not really you choose that for yourself. It's not something that is you.
Mhm. Somebody said depression has taken a lot of people. You have to view depression as it has entity within it. And when you go into that state, they're going to ambush your mind. From there, you get it. You start taking in the thought and the patterns of it. And you get my point? Slowly binding and binding yourself to that space more and more until you lose you. And then you become one of the personalities there. Meaning demons are real, but just view them as people that don't have no body. They have nothing to act out through, but if they can get you to give up yourself, then you get my point? And that a lot of people are living backseat to their own life. They even feel like I'm just watching myself go down the drain, but I can't do nothing. It's because of that. They have an entity ruling over, you know,
Mm.
their life. They picked it up from one of the lesser emotional states. And it's the same with the higher emotional states. You tap into one of your higher emotional states, the positive ones, you start to pull in thought and idea from that. Starts to change your reality. You get my point?
That seems like a good thing.
It is a good thing, but getting there, getting people to understand that, like, you're just living through the emotional states.
Mm-hmm.
Or you can just be pure and clear. This is you. This is when you're not pulling in any thought, ideals, or personalities. You're just aware. And this is where you want to be, truly, because that's when you can like see and hear all the way.
Hmm.
The others have to do what you projecting your own self out. And that there's no real moment of clarity or really seeing or hearing until you get to the clear place.
Mm-hmm.
Most people haven't been there in a while, like the clear place where they can just see everything for what it is and hear when someone's talking to them or hear something that they don't like to hear and it doesn't bother them. Becomes like a progress, but a process, but it all starts there with understanding those things, understanding the self. The religions and all these things, it personifies things, it makes people lose sight that the religion have to do with themselves, or the knowledge in the religion has to do with themselves. The knowledge in the religion is basically exploiting you. Meaning the religion don't teach you about yourself, it teach you about this God on a cross that's beat up. But that God is you. It's
Hmm.
like in your body, you have your body and the bone structure of it. And it's like a cross. You get it?
Mm-hmm.
You got your
Yeah.
spine, you got your clavicle, your cross. And you as the soul or the thinking thing is in it. You bound to that spinal, your vertebrae,
Mm-hmm.
like the cage. Your rib cage, all of that, all your bone structure, that's your cage as a soul or spirit. Is what keep you from being able to leave your body. You as an awareness. You follow what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah. You're stuck in your body. Like that's the
You,
awareness, and you're living
you
in your emotions.
view
That.
yourself as in view yourself as energy in your spine or your skeletal. It's like the thing that binds the energy.
Mm-hmm.
In that, as energy, you're kind of stuck in this thing. Like that.
Mm-hmm.
That's your cross. Religion is playing on knowledge for self and pushing it off onto something else. In that, you say, God gonna die for my sins. You don't say, I'm gonna die for my sins. I better get it together. The Christian don't say, if I don't get my sins together before I die, it's over for me. They view it as God gonna die for my sins. It robs them of knowledge of themselves. It gives you a
Even though.
scape- it gives you a scapegoat. How the God in the religion is a sheep or a goat,
Mm-hmm.
what that's for. It's a false sense of I have something to blame or push myself off onto. But in all truth, we don't.
No, because every day you're living out your reality and what it is. If you say you've sinned and you don't accept the responsibility of that, then life is gonna teach you lessons.
Mhm.
till you
You
learn.
can you can blame anybody, but you still live in whatever you're blaming them. Meaning you have people right now in life blaming others for whatever they want, but it's not changing their reality. The blaming that they're doing, they still have to live out whatever they're talking about.
Yeah. And so
Like
in the
that.
afterlife, it would be the
Mhm.
same thing. Like your physical body dies, so you don't have a chance to get it anymore. And now you're in the afterlife. Like your awareness is dreaming
Mhm.
of.
Yo, everything, every flaw that you have becomes person. So let's say when you in the physical, you feel like shit. But when you go unconscious, then you have a shitty dream
Mhm.
like that. All the feelings you have now become real experience when you pass on. Real entity, real people, real experience. So let's say you say, man, I'm angry, and whatever angry feels like, that's what it looked like. Say angry don't feel too good. It must don't look too good either. And when you pass on, then you get it. You are not angry. You are whatever you are. Everything have to be its own. And that you start getting attacked by your own anger. The same way you do in the physical, but you don't view it as separate from self. In the afterlife or in the dream space, you get to see every aspect of self separate from self.
Mhm.
And that you're angry right now, but let's say we take you into the metaphysical. You, whoever you are, in that anger you was experiencing is whatever it is. And now it'll attack you because that's what it do. Same way in the physical, when the angry person's attacking somebody else, it's because they're getting attacked internally, emotionally with their own self. And they project it out to somebody else. But it don't take whatever fires they have within. It don't put it out. They still have it. In fact, the more we project out, or the more we use the emotional state that's not good, the more consent we give it to abuse us and become a back and forth. You're
You
mean
become
to
it.
somebody. You're mean to somebody. It's like you giving the demons or the power of mean to be mean to you. And that you start judging yourself in your mind and being mean to yourself, then it spill out. And it become a back and forth consent. I ambush you with this, and if you do it, then you consent to me doing it to you. You
Mhm.
follow?
Yeah, it's a fair game.
Fair game. So you say, I'm bitter. If you push that bitterness out, you give bitterness consent to make you more bitter.
Mhm.
Or you can reject it by not acting it out. Say, I'm bitter, but I'm going to keep it with me, and I'm not going to give it no power. And that you start to see the bitterness go away. It
Mm.
only lingers if it can use the space. View all your negative emotions in that way. It only show up because you give it place to be. You let it know that it could use you when it need to. But once it know it have no access to you and you're not going for that no more, goes on its way. It's like the Bible say, if you tell the devil no, the devil will flee. Next time you
Mhm.
having a low moment, say no, not accepting this shit, and watch what
Yeah.
happens. It'll go right away. If you get horny, next time you get horny, say no, I ain't, we're not doing this today. And watch the feeling go away. When you say it, like, and mean it, like
Mhm.
I want to do this.
Mhm.
It's gonna go with it. It may come back 5, 10 minutes later, but every time you say no, it will go. Same with a habit or addiction. Let's say you about to take a sip of a bottle and you say, no, I ain't doing it. You just bought yourself 15 minutes. It ain't gonna bother you for 15 minutes. You're gonna forget to take a sip. Then at some
Mhm.
point, you get it, it's gonna kick in and try its hand again. You
Mhm.
got to keep rebuking it and saying no. And it'll eventually just go on its way. Meaning the desire itself, it goes on its way. It's
Yeah,
that simple.
because you don't give it any power, so it doesn't have control over you. Like it just gives up.
Take your power, it loses its. Life is like a simple balance like that, but it's all a perspective. If you if you view yourself as powerless, or you view like the wisdom in religion, like how the wisdom in religion is, it gives you like an aspect where it's not speaking of you, but you some helpless thing in the religion, and if you do good, you get a gift. In that way, the religion exploits the true wisdom, which is there's just you, and you got all
Mm.
the power of how things are around you and with you,
Mhm.
or you can let the lesser things take over. It's all on you. So if a religious person is reading the book, they'll kind of realize that, like, I think what he's saying is right. If you read what Jesus is saying whatever I just said, just different. But people are not getting it because they're reading it like Jesus is my God and not viewing it as Jesus is just an example of me if I get to the place I'm supposed to be at instead of letting the world like control me. This person pissed me off. They brought me here emotionally. This happened. Now I'm over here. If you can get to your stable self or your balanced place, the Jesus character and everything that he's saying is you, nothing more. It's just an example of all of us when we get there. This is why Jesus always says, I'm with you, I'm one with you.
Mm. 'Cause you're
It's
always
like
aware.
it's
You're
like
always watching.
that character is the potential of us all if we decide to go the path and be fair, honest, and all these many different things, the mind opens up and it starts to pull from the higher things. You get my
Mhm.
point? That's why I
Yeah.
always tell you, be fair and honest, be balanced in your ways, and just see what happens. Most people never tried it like all the way where they say, yeah, I'm gonna do that. Just let that be the way. You'll see like negative things start to fall away from you. It happens on its own. You don't have to do anything. Just be fair and balanced. And don't accept anything else. Like know the standard.
Mhm.
You'll see all types of things that's not good for you falling away. From there, you get it. Accept. Everything be good from there. You kind of move forward and you make the best of your reality. Not having a control mind where you like, I want this reality or I want this result, but just enjoying the experience. You get my point?
Yeah.
Like that.
Yeah.
It's like me and you. I just view you as I view myself as a regular person. In that, me and you equal. And I could just have a regular conversation with you. There's no agenda where it's like I want to talk to her because maybe she can do this for me or that for me. When I'm speaking to you, you're getting a perfect example of somebody who just wants the companionship. You follow?
Yeah.
Meaning I'm speaking to you doesn't do nothing for me. You
Well,
see that? You
yeah,
see my point?
likewise. No, yeah, I do, but I I feel like talking to you is an honor for me to be able to do this. But
That's the point I'm making. Everybody has to get to where how I am. You see how like there's nothing in it for me to speak to you. But I don't view it like that because I'm not looking for an opportunity.
mm,
I'm looking for friendship. In that, do
there's
you
no
get it?
agenda.
Me
Yeah.
talking to you is worth something. That
Mhm.
we forget that. Meaning people forget friendship and companionship, and that's all you living out in this world. It's not about what somebody could do for you, this thing or that thing. That
Yeah.
opportunity, this opportunity. It's about
Yeah.
maybe one day I call you and I say, hey, Anna, I'm in Russia, man. Can you I don't know what to do out here. And you say, oh yeah, I'm gonna come and get you. Like that. We try to build our relationships in an opportunistic way. I'm gonna be with this
Yeah.
person, deal with this person because it's a benefit. We forget
Yeah.
about companionship and having people to talk to in the moments that you always need somebody to talk to.
Yeah, I feel like it's a powerish mindset that when a person is seeking to benefit from talking to others, Like they're looking something to get out of that. That's their own powerishness in them that
You're right.
is like drives that.
You're right. I wasn't saying like I'm better than you and there's nothing for me to gain talking to you. I was trying to get you to grasp the difference between the mindset.
I get it.
I could have the opportunistic mindset and say, well, talking to this person is a waste of my time. What they gonna do
And,
for me?
and it
Or
can
I
be true
can view
too.
it, or I can view it as this is a possible friend. That can be. The more
Yeah.
friends, the more people you have in this life, the more wealthy you are because you have more things that you can lean on when you need to. You have options now. Most people got one person they could go to in their lowest times, and they done burnt the bridge with that halfway. We don't view it as the more people I have, the more bridges I have.
Hmm.
Keep my relationships good, don't abuse them and be, unfair. These is bridges I can access forever. A lot of times we associate ourselves with people that are like that, or we are like that. And then it just becomes a building bridges and tearing them down. And so I was saying that so like whoever's watching as well as yourself, when you're dealing with people, never look at it like what they could do for you. Because the person would be low one moment and don't have shit and the next moment be up. You want to just look at life as like you get it, experiencing different people and having as many people as you can. Meaning you're from Russia, you're from a whole different life than I am. There's a lot I can learn from you. Vice versa, like
Yeah.
that. Knowing like, okay, I got people in New York I know. That alone feels good. Like if I go to New
Mhm.
York and anything happen, I could call Solace. Vice versa. If I go to Russia and something happen, I'm knowing like, well, I know 3, 4 people out here like that. That's all the security you need in life. We think the security come from like money and things like that, and you do need money. But look at it like you need money as long as you ain't got all the people you need. When you start losing relationships and losing people, that's when you say, I got to get my money up. Like,
Yeah.
these motherfuckers will leave you hanging. But
Yeah,
if
you
ain't
need to have
nobody
more
leaving
money.
you hanging, you like, I'm good, man. You give away what you got because you like, nah, they gonna help me, they gonna hold me down. It becomes free and open relationship, but we just all have to get to it, like become aware. Peace and wisdom, Orlando Lawrence. Yeah, everything is simple, but we're hard. Get it? We conflicted. We're all the things to make the simple things hard. And so it's a deep thing, but slow progress, you know? Changing the people you deal with, the environments. It don't have to be like a punishment thing. A lot of times people do things in punishment mindset, like I'm punishing this person or this environment. Just give things a break. Sometimes you have to. Somebody,
Yeah. I think I think that it um sometimes we accept the thing that's unfair because we think that it benefits us in the moment, but then we don't realize that we are being unfair to ourselves and we're creating a reality that we don't make clear choices. And like, yeah, you can give up a thing that seems to benefit you in the moment, but yeah, like you give up the choice to make better choices for yourself when you accept something that is you're not being like the situation is not fair and you accept it because it benefits you in the moment.
you can always don't look at anything. Anybody that you met or know is a part of you for eternity. Don't ever look at anybody that you know as like I'm done with them for forever. It's impossible. But you will have to put people to the side till they're ready.
Mhm.
Everybody's maturing at different levels. You can't let someone bring you down emotionally until you get my point? If you've evolved, then you have to just evolve. You can't let nobody become your stagnants and you are evolving, because when they evolve, are they going to do the same for you? Sit around and waiting for you to get through your, are they going to go on their way?
Mhm.
So you have to look at it like that. Anybody you let have a relationship with, whatever the case may be, y'all ought to be good forever, but it's just to get it there. And everybody's changing and growing at different times, and at sometimes you may have to put a thing to the side.
Mhm.
But you get it? It will catch up when it do. Maybe you fall short. We all have our ups and downs. It give us all a chance to kind of meet in the middle. There's some friends that I have evolved beyond mentally. They don't understand how things work and go. But there's not to say there's not going to be a moment in life where I fall short and I start declining. And maybe they're evolving and we meet in the middle now. You see my
Mhm.
point? Like
Yeah.
that. Some of us grow fast, some of us grow slow, but that doesn't mean that everybody's not going to have their fall. Growth have to do with reset. You get my point? You will go as
Just like
far as
every
you
day is
can.
fresh.
You go as far as you can, then you will have to go left or right to continue going further. And that's
Mm.
like the reset.
Mm.
So that's the moment of the middle where everybody can kind of, catch up. But don't look at anybody you know or met as like an enemy or against you. Y'all just may not be compatible in the moment. Meaning you're not good for them, they're not good for you in the moment, and y'all gonna cause each other to go down. But in time, you get it? Everything will come full circle.
Mm.
You follow? There's a
Yeah.
reality. There's a reality where everybody you know in life and everybody I know, and these people do not know each other. We all in the same space together, chilling. You get my see my point? That's how
Yeah.
all of us are. You got your people, I got my people, and that's the reality. There's a space where we're all just together chilling.
Yeah.
And people that they know that they brought along are there, and it's just a big gathering of strangers that know each other.
Mhm.
That. And that's what we're
Coming
supposed to do
into.
in this life. Just come together, learn each
Yeah.
other, and take the good from each other. Like you got the bad and the positive. Just take from the positive, take the good from the positive and the good from the bad. Because both sides got both. The good side just got more good and the bad side got more bad. But there's still good in the bad, and there's still bad in the good. You just take the good from both sides and make a whole perfect good.
Sounds great.
It's a deep thing.
Yeah, everything is like everything we can learn from everything, the good and the bad, all
Mhm.
of it to serve our growth.
I learn a lot from y'all, but y'all don't know it. I learned to remember, like, because you can get gone, And some of the things y'all go through, I don't go through anymore emotionally and mentally. But through some of y'all aggravating me, it reminds me. You get it?
Mhm.
5 second moment of aggravation is a lifetime to a wise person. Say, oh yeah, I don't want to go back that route. But it remind me of where y'all are, which gives me the compassion to say I'll keep teaching them because you get
Mm.
it. It just pissed me the hell off, and you get it. I almost went they route. It lets you see how easy things can go right back. And that you appreciate where you are and you do what you can to help moving forward. But everything's learning from everything. Everything's playing its part into making the one goal, which is all of us moving forward. You follow? Meaning life
Yeah.
is moving forward and you have people stuck in life. They're not stuck in life. They just won't accept the forward. They want it to stay how it is. And that they become stuck, but they're really not stuck because life's still moving forward.
Mhm.
They are too.
Mhm.
They just won't focus on that. And that they become stuck in what they were, what was, what never coming into the new. You got people that's old but they want to be young so bad. They don't want to accept they old. In that, they become the old person in the young environment. But they could have become the new old person or the baby old person in the old person environment. You can
Mm.
always be young and refreshed if you accept the state you in, because we all graduating through life. I'm
Yeah,
new
it's like a
40. I'm new 40. I'm only 43. You got people that been 40, they 49. I could be the old ass 30-year old, fronting like I'm still 30. Like that.
yeah, I feel like it's in your own spirit. Like you can choose how you feel about yourself. You don't have to look at it as like an age thing, but it's more like your feeling within.
Oh, you're
Feel
right.
young or feel old. You can feel old at 20s, like let's say my back hurts or whatever. Or you could feel young at 59 or 69.
No, you're right. That's real. I used to do that when I was younger. Some of these
Oh,
people say that some of these people like you, they say they want me to add you to the show.
oh, that's cool. I'm down.
Yeah. If y'all
Yeah.
want, I can bring her in maybe like twice a week. I wish you was in Canada still, then we could get a real setup and you get it, do in person thing. I like in person better. But we could do you could be my co-host. I don't mind if you want to. Now gonna give back to her too, right? I just be ready to lock back in the
I'm
good
good.
vibe.
Don't worry.
But yeah, we can when we end this live, I'll reach out to you and we can work out something where I bring you on 2, 3 times a week or however many times you can. And you get my point? From there, evolve into having your own channel. Because you have wisdom, you've been following me long enough. You get my point? You don't have
Yeah.
to be dependent on my mind. You already kind of some of y'all are good already. Y'all can start helping teach these messages on y'all end. Because I'm just one person. I need help.
It's always better when we are together. Not to make it sound like a song, but yeah,
No, it's true, and
it's
you can
better
help a lot of
when
people because you got a lot of experience. Meaning, you came to America, Canada, Russia. That's experience.
and just different life experience that people don't realize that their own hardships is like their own potential to see their strengths to
That's what
overcome
it
it.
is.
Yeah, so we're all really eternally super strong, but we just accept that we're victims of our reality, of our situation, and we don't never grow. We just bring ourselves down in that way.
We don't view it as we won. Whatever the hardship is, we get over it. We view it as like I overcame it, but look what it did to me. We don't look at it
Oh.
like I whooped that hardship ass. So
Yeah, I'm
then
still
make sure to
alive.
do
I'm
it.
still kicking it. Life is good.
Yeah,
Another day.
there you go. I try to keep my mind there. Whatever was yesterday, and it's just to
Yeah.
move forward. You can move forward bitter, or I can move forward in good spirits. And you get my point? And that's truly the only work that we all have. It's keeping ourselves on a positive vibration, meaning keep the mindset and the heart open because that's where all your opportunity is.
Hmm.
Open opportunity go together. But the mind
Hmm.
has to be open to new things it's not used to. The more plans and things you have, these are the more limits and separations you put in the mind. It kind of limit it and make it closed. If you
Hmm.
can, just don't have no objective. Just be open to whatever's coming, and you get my point. A lot of people will see their life open up mentally, emotionally, physically, so on and so forth.
Yeah, various opportunities are in front of us. We just close ourselves up to them.
Hmm. The more
Like
we
we
get
tell
bitter,
ourselves, I can't do this, or like, oh, I have doubts about this, and so the life just takes away that opportunity.
that's why you want to have people around you that's going to fight against that. You have to do it
Mhm.
yourself until you find a strong support system. But you want to always get to that place where you know I have evolved to where I have physical soldiers. And if they see
Mhm.
my emotional state descending, they're going to step up immediately and be like,
Mhm.
snap out of it. Let's do
Mhm.
this. We got to do something. But we're not going to let you just be like that. And that's
Yeah,
what we do.
that those kind of people, they sometimes allow you to see your own strengths, so that you're like, oh yeah, why was I even down? Like I have all the power to look at the situation how I choose to.
Yeah. And I don't want people to view down as bad, view down as a planting. Sometimes we have to go down so we can blossom out anew. Don't
Yeah.
view like unconsciousness and soil and the dirty things. View it as like a cleansing process as well. Because when we go unconscious, we come out renewed. When you go to
Mm-hmm.
sleep tonight, you're gonna wake up in the morning refreshed. It's all what you do with it. Oh man, I lost her. Oh, there she go. Yeah, it's
I don't
all
know what
whatever you do
happened.
with it.
I'm
You got
here.
control. Yeah, you have control buttons on your end too. There's like a little video camera looking type of
Mhm.
signal. You can block yourself out with that. Like make your end go dark like this. You can do that
Mm,
on your end too.
I don't see that.
It's like a little, it looks like a video recorder. It's
Oh,
it's three beneath. There you go. You
yeah.
found it. Yeah. So you can control things on your end too. And if you
I
need to
thought my phone
separate the
was
stuff,
dying.
yeah.
It's good.
Preach said that's what he's working on now, being open to receive the proper people. You just have to be open and not judge people and have stereotypes. This is why I tell y'all you want to shade away from them, from that type of stuff, and kind of just be open, like straightforward. A lot of times we let our assumptions and lack of communication become what's what. Most people bitter and angry about things they ain't even clear all the way on. So we have to just get to that place where, you're moving from a purity. I didn't eat before I started. I'm gonna have to end it soon. I gotta eat.
Oh, it's all good.
Yeah, I'm starving. I've been holding off on it. I know it's late out there. That's why I just said let me go live first and I'll eat after. Cause it's like what time out there now?
I don't know. Oh, it's 11:21.
It's only 3:21 where I'm at in the afternoon. So if I would have ate, we'd have been going now. But this is good. She
I
got
just
they
want
said
to
already,
answer.
yeah,
I'm
they
not
said
Dutch.
you're not
I'm
Dutch.
I'm Russian.
Russian.
Yeah.
Yeah, she Russian. She a little gangster. You know, Russians, they kind of rough.
I
They'll put
can
hands,
be.
they'll put hands
I you have all the forces in you to be what you want to be in the moment. You can pull for anything. Can
yeah.
be rough, can be gentle.
It's cold out there now.
Yeah, this weekend. I don't know. Is it the weekend right now? This couple
Mhm.
of these
No, it's the
couple of
weekend.
last days have been like negative. Well, I'm speaking Celsius, so
Negative. Oh, you
negative
talking
negative
Celsius.
20, -20 like Celsius.
That's cold
Negative.
though.
Yeah,
What
it's
is that?
cold.
Like 30 or 40 degrees Fahrenheit?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, y'all not that bad then. Because out here in New York, it's like 20 degrees right now.
Oh, that's like -5 maybe.
She don't sound Russian because she was in Canada for a little while. But you sound Russian to me.
I love.
He said you don't sound Russian.
Yeah, people say that
Because you was in Canada, that's why. But I can hear the Russian sometimes come in like,
for sure.
you sound kind of like American or like a Canada person when they're speaking like English. He said,
It's
"What you
weird
got?"
that
It's
I
weird
hear
that
my
I
own
hear my
voice
own
now.
voice now. You can hear it? Oh, through the speaker, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it does sound louder. It might not be nothing, you know, it's live, so if the connection drops or something, you'll get like little interferences. Kind said they don't believe you Russian. Somebody said there's something wrong with the sound. Okay, you can hear it.
Yeah, can you hear
Yeah,
me
can you
now?
hear me now? Yeah, I can hear you.
I hear my
I
own
hear
voice,
my
which
own
is
voice.
really
This
weird.
is really weird. It's not disturbing anything though. It's not making it unclear. Now, if there's anything you want to end with, you can. Floor is yours.
I don't
I
know.
don't know. Huh? Don't overthink. Just speak from the heart and close out. Tell the people whatever you
Well,
want
I
to tell
just
them. Well, I
wanted to
just wanted to
mention,
mention,
and it's really
and
weird
it's
because
really
I'm
weird because
hearing my
I'm
own
hearing my
voice
own voice
speaking,
speaking,
but
but
a close
a close
person of
person
mine
of mine
always says
always
that
says that
you got to be
you got to be
grateful for
grateful for
things.
things. Mm-hmm.
So,
So,
whatever
whatever
hardships you're
hardships you're
experiencing,
experiencing,
that's the
that's
own
the
soil
own
for
soil
growth.
for growth.
Like
Like
everything,
everything,
like if you're
like if
just
you're just
grateful for
grateful for
everything,
everything,
then there's
then
more
there's more
opportunities in
opportunities in
everything.
everything. Yep. It's more to receive. The more grateful you are, even in bad situations, you can still be grateful that it have not like tore you apart and tore you down. So you may take a
Mm.
loss, you may something bad may happen, but if you still are intact and everything for the most part is still what it need to be thankful for that, because it can always be, you know. There's no such thing. There's no floor for worse, and there's no ceiling for good. It can just go. We can go as low as we go, or as high as we go. I'm speaking emotionally and mentally, so keep that in mind always. If the emotional state is bad, it can always go worse and worse and worse, and there's no flaw. And the same with the highs of the emotions. There's no ceiling. You can keep going into nirvana. You get it? So it's deep. Meaning you can go from happy into a state of heaven. But it's all on how the mind understands and sees. Said you can't hear me that well. It's okay. I'm about to end it soon, but hopefully y'all learned something. If I missed any questions, I'll get them next time.
Maybe if I
Maybe if
slide
I
out,
slide out,
then they're
then
gonna be
they're
able
gonna
to
be able
hear
to
you.
hear you. No, when you slide out, I'm sliding out as well. I have to eat. I'm hungry. I'm tired.
Okay,
Okay.
because I
Because
also
I
can't
also
really
can't
hear
really
you,
hear you,
and I think
and
it's
I
my
think it's
my
my
phone.
phone. It probably something that you clicked maybe, but it's cool. We can I guess if you want, you can call me on in the morning. If you tired now, you can do it later this evening. I just need like an hour to eat. I was saying, yeah, you can call me and we can situate out like a schedule where I call
Sounds
you.
good.
Sounds good. That'll work.
Yeah, let's do
Yeah,
it.
let's do it. All right. Well, enjoy your evening. Keep the
Enjoy your
vibration. Enjoy
meal.
your meal. Keep the vibration high, and we'll do it next time.
Okay.
Okay. All right, love. Be good.
Bye.
All right, bye, y'all.
Bye,
Enjoy y'all. Bye,
everyone. It was
everyone. It
really
was really
nice.
nice. Enjoy y'all evening as well.